Right, so we do have breaking news this morning, and that is that America's least Instagrammable fast food chains, that email has just come in, and Subway is the top as the least Instagrammable fast food chain. Okay, moving right along. Welcome to another edition of Disney Morning Show, where we talk about what's going on in the world of Disney in general. We've got a weekend for news to accumulate, and we're going to get you caught up. My name is Dewey Mosley, co-founder here at Laughing Place. I am freezing, as you can tell. Got my 4 layers going today. That is Kyle Burbank over there. How you doing, Kyle?
I'm good. I'm also just wearing a hoodie. I could just turn up the heat in my apartment, but I think you're being a little dramatic.
I am not being dramatic. You would think I'm being dramatic.
You're wearing a jacket and a hoodie. That's reserved for like 30-degree temperatures. I don't believe 30 degrees in there.
Truly, you don't believe that? I am pretty sure. I'm not being exaggerating. I often joke. I am not. I am pretty sure when I walked out the house this morning, it was in the 30s.
Outside or in the house?
Outside.
Yeah, outside, sure, but you're inside now. It's not 30 degrees.
I'm still recovering from the trip. I took the bus to work this morning, so there was a lot of time outside. I'm also wearing shorts like an idiot. So I am freezing. No one cares. Let's get started. We're going to talk about, as we said, what's going on in the world of Disney. If you're out there, and I know you are, say hello in the comments, please. Let us know we're not talking to ourselves. Hey, there you go. The water shop is the least Instagram. See, I knew people were interested in that news. Okay, so I will give you the top 5, bottom 5 least Instagrammable spots. We have Subway, Arby's, Wingstop, Popeyes, and Wendy's.
Didn't we just get another one that said that Arby's was in the top 5 for most Instagrammable? Like, there's more than 10 restaurants. Like, this is not.
Five Guys also in there. Chuck E. Cheese.
I mean, Five Guys makes sense because the burger is wrapped in tinfoil. Like,
I'm thinking of poo-pooing this entire study because Chuck E. Cheese is 7th. Chuck E. Cheese is not a fast food place.
Maybe you don't want to that too, but yeah, I guess you don't want to Instagram from there. That makes sense. That part checks out.
A lot of children in there. I'm not sure that's the best idea. Chipotle on the list. Chick-fil-A, Pizza Hut, also not fast food. All right, no one cares. Still, no one cares. Most Instagram will be more interesting. Yeah, I feel like they've done. Kyle said they've done most Instagrammable in the past.
All these studies, at least this is better than the ones where they're like, oh, the most popular thing in each state, and it's based on like Google search. And I'm like, If you're searching for something, that doesn't mean you like it. That just means you don't know it exists.
So you're right. So you're right. I did a search. So on December 8th, we got the most Instagrammable. And that was McDonald's, KFC, Burger King, Pizza Hut, and Chipotle, many of which are on the least Instagrammable. Tony Betty, Charles Entertainment Cheese for his food. I love anyone that knows the full name. We're behind schedule already. All right, Kai, let's get to the stock price. This is where Kyle guesses the Disney stock price within an arbitrary amount that I decide right now. It's been a weekend. Things can happen over the weekend. We give you just within 37 cents.
Okay. Again, I don't remember where we left off because that would be smart if I did. Let's just say 90 to 50.
92.50 within 37 cents. We've got 92.63. Kyle is a master of Disney stock price. Congratulations. Tell me your secret, Kyle.
I vaguely remember what it was, and then I go up a certain percentage or down a certain percentage.
Very good. Someone who does a little more prep for the show is coming up next.
Here's Ethan.
Good morning and welcome to the Monday morning edition of the LP Disney Weather Report. Once bitten and twice shy, I keep my distance, but you still catch my eye. Tell me, baby, do you recognize me? Well, it's been a year, it doesn't surprise me. Happy Christmas. I wrapped it up and sent it with a note saying I love you. I meant it. Now I know what a fool I've been, but if you kissed me now, I know you'd fool me again. Last Christmas I gave you my heart, but the very next day you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Let's get to the weather. Anaheim will reach 72 today with evening lows in the 50s and mostly overcast skies. Walt Disney World is in for another unFloridian day, topping out at just 64 today. Castaway Cay has some scattered storms and showers on the radar now, but will just be cloudy afterwards with temperatures near 80. Disneyland Paris is just shy of 50 this evening and, surprisingly, is dry. However, rain is expected overnight. Speaking of rain, Tokyo will start the day tomorrow with showers but should clear up by lunchtime. That will leave highs near 60. However, rain is expected to return in the evening, so enjoy the few hours in between. Shanghai will also see some morning showers, but those should move on before park opening tomorrow. They won't break 50 but should stay dry throughout the rest of the day. Finally, Hong Kong will be sunny tomorrow and hit a high of 78. That's all for another Disney weather update. Be sure to check out Disney Parks Talk Live this afternoon and join us back here tomorrow for another morning show. Bye for now.
So I lost Wemageddon this weekend. So we heard it first on Saturday, but it was a cover version, and I wasn't
Covers
sure
are
if
okay.
covers. See, I wasn't sure if covers were okay. But then
I've officially heard that covers are okay. So I'm still good. I have not heard the original, and don't try to ruin it for me. Yes, there's several covers. I'm most familiar with. There's a Taylor Swift one, and there's a Jimmy Eat World one where it's just the chorus over and over, except for then they do like part of the second verse like as a bridge. But I have that on vinyl. I have it on 45.
Wow. And Ethan's version just now was okay, but I did.
Yes, no one is. I didn't wipe anybody out with that.
Yesterday, as I got in the car to go to the gym, turned on my Holly station on Sirius XM, and there it was, Last Christmas, which is a song I love. So I don't try to avoid it, but it did kill my Wemageddon for the year. You're still good.
I mean, it'd be harder if you tried to avoid All I Want for Christmas Is You.
That's not a good song. And Rebecca, I see Rebecca's out there. We were wondering when Wemageddon starts. It officially has a start date. I think I saw it was December 1st or 2nd is the official start date, not right after Thanksgiving. No. You're still good, Rebecca. Okay, let's go with somewhat breaking news this morning. The Golden Globes had their nominations come out. I'm going to go to one of the Disney blog, kind of a partner site, kind of a friend site, kind of a know this guy's All My Disney Life site. They have an article already. I don't think we have ours up yet, do we?
For what?
Golden Globes.
No.
So they have the article with this.
It's cute.
What?
So you think we're that fast? It's cute.
But the Disney blog,
Disney has 27 nominations is the total number according to the Walt Disney Company. So let me send you that article because that's probably a little bit more comprehensive.
I'm just stealing it from the Disney blog. I'm sure they just went off that same article. Thank you, Mario. Click light. That's right. 27 nominations across the entire company. The major ones that, from names you would recognize, they have 2 films nominated for the Best Animated Feature. You probably can guess what those are, Kyle.
Elemental and Wish.
That is correct. And they also have Spider-Verse, by the way, also nominated, not technically Disney, but in the realm. And Cinematic and Box Office Achievement in a Motion Picture was a category I love. It's not good, but it made a lot of money and it's noteworthy. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is on that list. So, but as you said, 27 in all. Does that include Spider-Verse?
Taylor Swift in that category, though.
Yeah, which, you know, the only person that can go up against Taylor Swift is the Chiefs receiver's toe. If anybody watched the game last night, not yesterday.
Yeah, Kadarius.
That was a crazy play. I hate the Chiefs, so I'm glad it got called back. But that play was incredible by Mr. Taylor Swift, and it is not even going to go down in the books at all. It's as if it never happened. Only Murders in the Building got 5 nominations.
Snapped.
Exactly. 5 nominations for Only Murders in the Building. That's very noteworthy. Fargo on FX got 3. Abbott Elementary, wonderful. Golden Globe, obviously, of movies and television. Abbott Elementary, one of our favorite comedies on TV, Best Television Series, and Best Performance by an Actress for Quinta Brunson. Let's see. Don't care about Searchlight. Elemental, of course, got the 1. Don't care about that one. Wish got the 1. Should have got more. I don't know what else it could have gotten. Maybe music, because I really do like its songs. Poor Things, which is, I guess, a Searchlight prestige thing, it looks like, got 7 nominations. Never heard of it. The Bear. Do you watch The Bear on Hulu?
Becca has. I've seen a little bit of it.
I really need to watch The Bear. this is the week I start watching The Bear. 5 nominations for that.
Do you like
stressful? You said. I do. I like stuff set in a restaurant, high pressure set in a restaurant. I love shows like that.
Okay, well then I believe you will enjoy it.
So not a bad year for Disney, all things considered. Also happening this morning, Disney gets busy on a Monday morning. New medals for Run Disney. Have you seen those, Kyle?
I have, yeah. So we knew the themes of these, but now we've got the medal reveal for their springtime surprise races. So there you have the Stitch Challenge. I don't know if that's again in the article, but that's the one if you do 19. So that's the half. And well, no, it's a 10 miler. So I guess if you do all the races, you get that. You have
that's the night
for the challenge. You don't do it.
You actually have to sign up and get it done. Here's the Neverland 5K.
Exactly. I like that one.
Oh, this is good.
Yeah, that is the Up Adventures Out There 10K.
I like that one. Oh, this is good.
And the Hakuna Matata 10 miler.
Wow, Kyle. And as you said, the Ohana Challenge.
But yeah, so the idea of the springtime surprise, the first one that they did, it was that they're bringing back races that had since passed. And so the reason that they have a 10 miler instead of a half marathon was because there was a Tower of Terror. I think it was originally a 13K and then turned into a 10 miler. So they brought that back for the first year. And then now they've just been doing random themes and the same thing. So now they're still a 10 miler, which is good. Because I guess if you don't want it, if you do a half marathon, miles 10 through 13 are indeed the hardest. So if you want to cut those off,
but doesn't that just mean miles 7 through 10 are now the hardest?
Yes, but it's not as bad.
Okay.
But yeah, usually right around at double digits is when my legs just start feeling like concrete, and I'm like, how am I supposed to do another 3 miles?
When you do a half, do you actually run it?
No, I do run walk, but most around mile 10, that's when it's mostly walking, except for the last 10th of a mile or something. Oh, there's a little jingle. But yeah, now I just do 10Ks. I'm not a half miler anymore. Becca will do the half mile or the half marathon still. I do 10Ks.
Has Becca done a full marathon?
She has not, and we have no desire to. But you never know. Maybe if she gets bitten by the bug, she'll want to.
I have a lot of respect for people who've done half marathons and say I have zero desire to do a full marathon. I know some people like that. A lot of respect for that. Let's see. Disney Vacation Club, which at times likes to rear its head and say, hey, just a reminder, we're an actual timeshare, had its mandated condo association meeting last weekend, which still put on by Disney. A lot of fun. But actually some news came out of this. Not a ton, but a little bit. The biggest being, all you H2O fans can still get clean at Disney.
Yeah, it was dependent on this. So yeah, we knew that H2O Plus had been discontinued, or they announced that they'd be discontinuing it. But apparently, they announced that Disney has purchased the formulations for these products and will be doing it in-house, basically. So it's not going to be called H2O Plus, but they're going to be using these formulas on their own Disney branding in the future. So we don't have any further details about when that will happen, but that's coming from DVC News reported that.
Yeah, they covered the
which is an unofficial site, even though it sounds pretty official.
And I was just watching something, a very recent something, where H2O products, even though discontinued, Disney apparently still has quite the stockpile. They're still in some of the locations. I wish I could remember what I just saw. Some other news out of there, we knew about the cabins coming to Fort Wilderness, which are anything but rustic. 350 of them replacing the current cabins, opening summer of next year. I would have loved to have heard, because I'm sure they showed them there what the reaction was, because I know what our reaction was when we saw them. Let's see, actually. Now, they did show some concept art from inside the cabins. Have we seen that art before? Do you know?
Probably.
Okay.
That might be new, actually. That doesn't look terribly familiar, but that's definitely a Murphy bed right there.
Yeah, I like the inside much more than I like the outside. That's kind of cool Let's see. They also said, we know that the next DVC member cruise next year is already sold out, but they said there would be 2, what they're calling first wave cruises, one to see Lighthouse Point on the Disney Magic, and another on the Disney Treasure, Disney's newest ship, early in 2025, shortly after its maiden voyage. And then they also announced that the new tower coming to the Polynesian, currently under construction, you can see it from the monorail, will be a part of the existing condo association. I don't know exactly what that means, but
Thank you.
is the case.
It's like, is there a reason that it wouldn't be?
I mean, I guess it's conceivable since they just make it a new condo association.
Inconceivable. Then they have to have 2 meetings.
Mario says he still has H2O products in his bathroom's curio cabinet. Yes, does your bathroom have a curio cabinet, Kyle?
I could put one, but no. Which one? I have 4 bathrooms currently.
I'm even going to read Tony's comment. Is not worthy of reading.
Oh, we want the funk. Gotta have that funk.
All right. We have a review from one Mike Mack. Now, before I read this review, forget I said that. Before I read this review, it is conceivable that in an effort to not pile on, we don't tend to be that kind of place. We kind of soft pedal things, maybe hype things a little bit more than we otherwise would, just because, we're positive kind of people. But in this case, in our own private Slack, where anything goes, Mike Mack let it be known that the show I'm about to read part of his review of is really, really good. So there was no grain of salt necessary. Mike Mack, love this show. You need to see it. This is his review of Science Fair, the series on Nat Geo. Right? He was on Nat Geo. He says, as we do here, we read the headline and we read the final paragraph. TV review, National Geographic Science Fair, the series is a compelling and heart-wrenching look at brilliant young minds at work. And let's show you one of those brilliant young minds here. Final paragraph, which kind of sums it up. Science Fair, the series premieres December 10th on Nat Geo and will be available December 13th on Disney Plus and Hulu. But his penultimate paragraph. Overall, Science Fair, the series is a must-watch. It's inspiring and uplifting in a very real-world way, but it's also simply captivating and entertaining at the same time. The storytelling is expertly handled, and the subjects of this docuseries, the incredibly brilliant students, are so charming and likable that you will find yourself completely invested in their path through ISEF. This is easily something that could fly under the radar for a lot of people, but it shouldn't be. The series will be one of the best things to hit Disney Plus this year.
Wow.
And
it's the end of the year, so that means something.
Yeah, exactly. Bam. So way to go. Oh, Tony Betty has information. It means that people, the whole condo association, people who own in the new tower can book the already existing poly accommodations like the bungalows 11 months out, where if they were separate, it would be 5. Oh, so you're owning everything as the poly.
Everything.
Those price. So I'm sure the people who bought into the bungalows probably aren't too thrilled about this. But too bad. Okay, next up. Have you ever been in a science fair, Kyle?
I mean, yeah. not like seriously, but in elementary school, I think it's a requirement.
Do you remember what you made?
Let's say I don't know if it's not always making things. It's just you do an experiment and then you create a visual representation of explaining your experiment, and you have supporting, like, you have the little 3-fold board and you put up your findings and some visual elements, and but no, I don't remember anything I did per se.
I feel like maybe I did an ant farm. I'm not sure.
The Disney Channel. So you created the Disney Channel.
Yeah, I created the Disney Channel, yes. Eat at Disney Springs, the former location of Wolfgang Puck Express, way in the back by the Christmas shop, is open. As you know, we talked about that last week, but now we've got pictures. So we'll just show you some of the Eat pictures.
Doobie, they have bread service.
Oh, they do?
So I asked Mac, was it good or Sanaa? And he's like, are you suggesting that Sanaa is not good? And then I had to be like, no, I just wanted the pun. And then I was like, I saw you had bread service, so I thought that, the two were just synonymous.
I want to go here. We're going to take Gideon. Gideon loves Sanaa bread service. Got to hear how good this one is. So here's inside as we
Yeah, confirm that it's counter service.
Finally figured out last week it is counter service with merchandise. Yeah, I'm thrilled this place is here. I love Indian food, and it's not too often you find quick service Indian food, especially not on Disney property. Really happy about that. Really happy. And speaking of new food places opening, I'm going to let you pronounce this, Kyle. You are the French one here.
Brasserie Rosalie.
Ooh.
Brasserie.
Has opened at the Disney Village in Disneyland Paris. Have you been to the Village?
Yeah, it's like their downtown Disney. Or their Disney Springs, but it's attached. So more like downtown Disney. And it's very stuck in the 90s. So this is part of a transformation to make it less stuck in the 90s.
This is not quick service. Unless they have the nicest quick service in the world there. Escargot, Kyle, yes or no?
No.
No. I'm with you. If you are into it, or French food in general, looks like this may be your place. So go check that out as it continues.
Oh, they got a hot crustacean band.
They had, I mean.
Or it looks cold. It's on ice.
In Flickazee. One more food. Oh, no. Never mind. That's for this and Disney history. So my memory's wrong. A couple other quick items. Pixar. Have you ever wanted to work at Pixar, Kyle?
Sort of.
Now you can without
kind of. There's a great asterisk provided by our own Tony Betty, who knows his stuff here. So yeah, Pixar announced that they're subletting part of their office space because post layoffs they don't need it. But as Tony points out, the building is across the street from the main campus. You're not going to get to drive. You don't get to scooter around the campus over to your little corner.
If you get the use of the swimming pool or
it's just a building in Emeryville.
There it is. And I actually read this article before passing it on, so I'm glad Tony read it too and properly wrote it. But apparently they've never even used this building. They leased it in anticipation, but never actually put people in there. So you're not even going to be working where Pixar worked. You're just working in a place that Pixar leases. Nevertheless, you can if you want to. Now up for lease. Thank you, Tony. As soon as I saw that, I thought of Tony, and then I was so disappointed it wasn't actually on campus. I'm like, Tony's going to get to work at Pixar.
You thought that the boss was going to get LPHQ there or something?
Oh, I figured Tony he might go lease it himself. He got the marriage money now. And
wait, marriage money? Can you
when you got married, you didn't get a check?
I mean, I got a couple of small checks from people, but I was at Tony's wedding. I think most of that went right back to paying down that debt.
Marriage money's a thing.
Marriage money.
Tony Betty with the fact. That picture was taken moments after I ran the stop sign in front of that gate. That's how close. Tony, right? You've never actually been on the Pixar campus, right, Tony? I find that so hard to believe. Of all the people at LP who have never been to Pixar, Tony Betty, not fair. Even I've been to Pixar, and I don't care. All right, Disney apparently is considering adding shopping and gaming experiences to Disney Plus. I guess they have room now that they've removed so much.
Yeah, that's true. That's literally all they said. So they were considering that. But she did tease there are going to be more announcements at CES, which is a great time to mention that next month I'll be in Las Vegas attending CES. So I will hopefully hear more from her and some other Disney stuff. Like CES is very interesting in that there's sometimes a lot of interesting Disney things, and then sometimes there's absolutely nothing. So it's very hit or miss, but it sounds like a good bet this time. So I'll be spending my week walking around acting like I know things.
That is cool. I would love to do CES sometimes.
It's huge. It's
yeah,
like everywhere.
I used to back when there was a such thing as a computer magazine in my early computer days. It was so exciting to get the CES issue and just read about all the stuff that happened at CES. That was Rita Ferro, the Disney advertising sales president, who said that. And there you go. All right. See,
one year, the first year that I went, Google had a dark ride. So I'm like, that's close enough to Disney, I'm going to do an article on this. But unfortunately, that hasn't returned.
Question on Vegas. They have this Tesla thing that goes underground to take you around without traffic, which just looks really cool to me. I want to try that. Rebecca gets freaked out just looking at pictures of it being in tiny tunnels underground. What is your thought on that?
I've done it. I haven't. So they had the one that's just at the convention center, and that's what I did. Now they've expanded it to where it goes to a few other hotels, like I think Resorts World, and I think they're almost done with the one at Westgate and some other ones. It's not bad. I feel like I'm in the Italian Job. Actually, it is. It's pretty cool. I enjoyed it. It's not what was originally pitched as far as like the future of what these tunnels could be, but yeah, it works. I imagine it would be much faster than taking this trip, and I don't think it's that expensive either. I think it's only like $5 or something.
They look so cool. I mean, it is kind of claustrophobic. It's just one little tiny tunnel that the car just fits in, and it almost looks like a slot car. Like the wheels are on the side, and there's just this thing in between, like you could just drive into. I don't know. Well,
they have lane assist on the Teslas too, so it's.
There are drivers, right? They're not driverless.
Not yet. There might be. I don't know if they're testing any, but there are currently At least there were when I took it. There were drivers. I was like, that must be so boring. Just all day, their 8-hour shift, 10-hour shift, or whatever, just driving people to 3 little stations around the thing.
It's called the Vegas Loop at Las Vegas Convention
I'm
Center.
a monorail boy, but maybe if the loop becomes a thing.
Do they still have a monorail?
Yeah, I mean it's going away eventually, but still there for now.
And those are actual former Disney World monorails. That's my recollection. Right?
I don't.
Tony, correct me if I'm wrong. My recollection is those are actually former Disney World monorails. The Mark something or the Mark Hartman or something. All right. I think that's it for today's news so far. Do a quick check of the Twitter before we get on to some fun stuff. Don't leave now. You don't want to miss the fun stuff.
Yeah, it's not a concert. You don't have to beat the traffic or anything.
Oh, apparently Vincent D'Onofrio says Daredevil, Born Again, Disney Plus series could be released under the Marvel Spotlight banner.
Wow. Okay.
That comes from credit here. That comes from What's on Disney Plus, which is a pretty good site. Okay, let's get to this.
It could be. It could also not be.
It's always safe to say good. Oh, Mike Celestino, is he back from Vegas yet?
Didn't know if
Party, but you don't follow his Who's the Boss pod?
No, I should.
On Instagram? Oh man, he's been Vegasing up. He saw Love, the Cirque du Soleil Beatles show. He went to Omega Mart. Omega.
Again?
Yeah, again. And other stuff.
And more.
All right, here we go. The part of the show where Kyle shows off his Disney history skills by telling us what happened on this day in Disney history. First, we start off with 1963. A movie came out that is, interestingly enough, not on Disney Plus, unless I should leave off some of the words to give it the plot.
I'm going to guess it's something I've never heard of.
A young Scottish girl's cat, Blank, apparently dies at the hands of her widowed veterinarian father. The strained relationship between the girl and her father is eventually repaired with the return of Blank and the aid of a beautiful and mysterious witch who seems to have powers to revive and hear animals.
Wow, I don't know.
It is called, I've heard of this movie. I had zero idea this is what it was about. The 3 Lives of Thomasina.
Okay.
Have you heard of it?
Nope.
So in doing my research this morning, i.e. trying to find a picture to go with this, I learned that the 2 child stars of the 3 Lives of Thomasina, Matthew Adam Garber and Karen Dotrice, back in 1963, were the 2 kids in Mary Poppins in 1964.
Well, now we know.
No idea. Wow. That's the things you learn here. What is that quote? Oh man, I know this quote too, but I can't remember. According to the official site, if you're a Disney fan or have been to Walt Disney World, there's a chance the cars on the Las Vegas monorail may have a familiar sense of magic. The original trains used on the monorail were from Walt Disney World. The original Mark IV trains used at Disney World since its opening back in 1971. Yeah, I knew that. John Frost told me that. I went to my first trip to Vegas as an adult was with John Frost, and he told me that. Another Disney film, not on Disney Plus. True. However, Prep and Landing is, but if you search for it, you lost the word and. All right, this one you might know, Kyle. 1992. A movie came out. I will read you a description. The blank rendition of Charles Dickens' classic tale puts a unique twist on that fateful Christmas Eve when Scrooge is visited by the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future, together with kind, humble Bob Cratchit, played by blank, and his family. The spirits open Scrooge's eyes and his heart to the true meaning of Christmas.
This is my island in the sun. Hui, hui. It's a Muppets Christmas Carol.
It is a Muppets Christmas Carol on this day in 1900.
Oh, you got 51 minutes remaining on watching it.
Yeah, I've never seen this movie. I don't know who did that. You know what? So sometimes for Disney Trivia Live, I'll use stills. And so I'll just kind of scroll through until I find, that looks like a good still. And I'll take it and it'll think that I watched it. I have not watched it. I'm sure that's why that shows
The
that.
singing of a street corner choir, going home and getting warm by the fire. It seems wherever you find love, it feels like Christmas.
On this day in 1995, a hotel opened. Sorta. It actually existed already, but now it was owned and run by Disney.
Is it the Disneyland Hotel?
It is not. 1995, a little late for that one, buddy.
It would be, but Paradise Pier?
Yes, but
it was called something else before that.
Yeah, it was called the Disneyland Pacific Hotel. Thank you, Yesterland, for this picture of the old Disneyland Pacific Hotel. Most important thing about this hotel, this is where my wife and I spent many, many evenings being in love. Okay, that didn't sound right. They had a hotel. They have a restaurant there. They had a restaurant there called Summer Tree, and we went to that restaurant all the time. That was our go-to restaurant back in the day. That's all I meant. I don't even think.
Well, that's what I figured you meant, but then you ruined it.
Yeah, I don't think we ever stayed there until it became the Paradise Pier Hotel. Our good friend Gandhi, who went on to be a sommelier at Napa Road and just had a service award for 25 years, we first got to know him working at that restaurant at Summer Tree back in the day. Yes, thank you for that clarification. Karen Dotris, in her delightful accent and a stomp your foot type of time, says, "I want to be alone." Yes, I've heard that many times at the Kaplan House. All right, Kyle is 2 for 3. On this day in 2009, a movie came out. I will read you the synopsis. A modern-day twist on a classic tale from Walt Disney Animation Studios features a beautiful girl named Blank who dreams of owning her own blank. When she meets a blank who desperately wants to be blank again, a fateful kiss leads them both on a hilarious adventure through the mystical bayous of blank.
Princess and the Frog?
Princess and the Frog. Apparently not enough blanks there. That was a little too easy. Oh, Rebecca with the correction. I got to know him at Summer Tree. She didn't get to know him until it was PCH Grill. You are right. Great movie, Princess and the Frog. You agree?
Yeah, I like it. I haven't seen it in a while, but I like it a lot. I think I have it on Blu-ray or DVD. I don't know. Probably DVD at that point, right?
All right. Princess Tiana is so... Just kidding.
How?
I didn't know what adjective to put there. I decided to shut up. On this day in 2012, a restaurant was refurbished and reopened under its new name at Epcot.
Okay. 2012. Would that... No, that would have been earlier.
JJ, I have seen all of Princess and the Frog on Disney Plus. Unlike Muppets Christmas Carol.
Why don't I know? Oh wait, no, that would have been early. So my first thought was the one in Italy.
Wrong.
Okay. Yeah, because Alfredo's was way before that.
Way before that.
Um,
I'm going to guess you've never been here. Just
okay,
guessing.
probably.
It is in World Showcase.
Chez Remy.
Okay, there is no Chez Remy, but you're in the right country.
Yeah,
So,
the one
upstairs, the
Oh,
highfalutin restaurant.
Oh, the highfalutin
in
one.
France. Monsieur Paul.
Okay, yeah.
Monsieur Paul, which used to be called. Oh, I can't believe I just forgot. Help me out. Chef de France is downstairs, and upstairs has always been, and then it got switched to Monsieur Paul, and I can't remember what it used to be called. Someone will tell me in the chat. You guys are useful that way. Yeah, I don't like Muppets. I just don't like Muppets. Didn't know that before I said I do. Wow. On this day in 2020, a movie, an original Disney Plus movie hit Disney Plus. It's still on there, much to my surprise. I will read you a synopsis.
What year?
2020.
Okay.
Disney's Blank is a drama. That's not really Disney Plus original. It just hit Disney Plus original. This is a Disney Plus original. Disney's Blank is a drama inspired by the empowering story of former blank, 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 blank Ray McAlphabear, a young man facing a series of challenging circumstances whose dedication and persistence help him to triumph over repeated adversities. Aided by his blank and the blank community, he succeeds on the field while simultaneously raising and caring for his 11-year-old brother, Famar.
Safety?
Yes! That is impressive.
A movie I have seen.
Have you really? Did you review that for us?
I did not, but we watched it, and I like it.
It's back when you would just watch everything on Disney Plus.
Clemson?
Yeah, Clemson University. Ray Mac.
Based on a true story.
Elvis Bay.
Back before, NCAA players could have get paid
rich.
All.
Bistro de Paris. Thank you very, Tony. Thank you very much. We ate at Bistro de Paris once. We were the last people out of Epcot. We ate there, long, slow meal, just the way every meal is there. And we literally were the last people walking out of Epcot that day. Very cool memory. All right, let's do another quick check of the Twitters.
What you got coming up on Park Stock today, Divvy?
Man, it's going to be a busy day on Park Stock. I have no idea. What's happened this week? I haven't done the research for Park Stock yet, so I honestly don't know.
I don't know either.
Something about a mug at Trader Sam's. Anything about that? Yeah. Oh, I'm seeing it on 2 places now. It actually exists. This is cool looking. But we'll save that for tomorrow. 2 games on Monday Night Football tonight, don't forget. So I know they flexed the game in. Just quick, because I know you know this stuff. They flexed the game into Monday Night Football, but they don't flex one out. They just end up having 2 games.
No, they do. The Chiefs game moved back to is going to be on Sunday now.
Okay.
It was supposed to be Chiefs Pats. That's going to be on Sunday now, and
so
they were all going to be on.
So they were always planned to be 2 games tonight.
I guess so. Yeah.
I don't know what I'm seeing. Okay, I guess
that's
it.
Next week that the flex happened, right?
Yeah, I assumed it was this week because it was 2 games tonight, but I'm wrong. 2 games was just the schedule, and the flex is next week, and they actually did flex in and flex out. Go Cowboys! How could I not mention that yet? The Cowboys handily beat the lowly Philadelphia Eagles. Birds cry. Yesterday, and the Cowboys are now tied for first place, losing the tiebreaker and a very tough schedule ahead. So the chance of they actually finish in first place pretty low, but for the moment, it feels good. Okay,
how's your boy?
Who's my boy? I got Otani. Why, Kyle? Why you do this to me?
You're riding high on the Cowboys. I just thought you'd talk about your other big sports news over the weekend.
So here's the deal. I'm a big Anaheim Angel fan. Been a fan since 2002, the year they won the World Series. Also, the last year they won the World Series.
Not when Disney bought them. That wasn't when you became a fan.
No, actually, it wasn't. It was that year. I am happy for Otani. Otani is like one of the best guys in sports, and I am so happy for him. and I'm happy he went to the Dodgers and not the Yankees or the Red Sox, because I could never root for the Yankees or Red Sox. I can force myself to root for the Dodgers. So the most painful part of this is we thought we could keep them, and we kept them all last year. If we were going to lose them, we should have traded them and gotten a bunch of stuff back for them at the end of last year. That's what's painful. Losing them, though, I am now an Angel and a Dodger fan. Go Los Angeles, my home city. Yay.
LAA or LAD, don't care.
Either way, I'm rooting for Ohtani. He's such a good guy. I could not be happier for him. $700 million is a ton of money, and yet it is still a bargain. He will make that back for them so many times over. He is such a ESPN Greenie. Mike Greenberg went to Japan recently, just on vacation. He's like, you cannot imagine. Everywhere you walk, you just constantly see Ohtani's face everywhere. He is humongous there. And it's just such a nice, humble guy. What a guy. So, yay, Ohtani. Let's go, Big Blue. Oh, yeah. That hurt. That really hurt. Okay, we will be back. I will be back at 4 p.m. today to talk about what's going on in the world of Disney parks, 4 p.m. Pacific. So, until then, have a nice day.